Hello and welcome back to another episode of Jacob's Outdoor Adventures. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a slingshot. Just like this. Not really. I'm not that skilled yet. But I will be showing you how to make a slingshot out of wood today. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to go from finding the right branch to make your slingshot to making all the, added on features you want, to attaching bands, and to last but not least, the most fun part of it all, shooting. The nice thing about making your own slingshot is you can make them in all different shapes. You can make them with bark. You can make them really chunky so it fits your hand if you have a big hand. You can make them really skinny so if you have a small hand it fits your hand. You can make any sort of customizations that you want. Like this. See, this one's got fancy finger grooves on it. It's really smooth, sanded down. Fits perfectly in my hand because it's custom built for my hand. And you can do this for yourself if you have a couple hours of free time. So now I'm going to show you how to find the right branch to make your slingshot. So now all you're going to need to harvest your wild slingshot is just a multi-tool. You can create the whole slingshot with just one multi-tool, as long as you have a saw and a knife on that multi-tool. So what you're going to look for to make a slingshot is you're going to want to find a branch like this. See how it's got a good little fork, so I'm going to probably want to cut it like there and there. And then it's wide enough where it shouldn't break, and it's still green, so that means it shouldn't be rotten. You do not want a rotten slingshot when you're making a slingshot, because then it has a way higher likelihood of breaking on you, and you do not want to be drawn back about to make a perfect shot and then all of a sudden your fork snap and it comes flying back at your eyes. You do not want that. So you want a branch that is not rotten. Now I'm going to pull out my little saw on my multi-tool and get to cutting. So when you cut it, you're going to just put your hand there. Some people hold it like this, some people hold it with their fingers up there, so I'm going to cut it right about there. Okay, now that my slingshot is fully ready to shoot, not really, you're going to want to cut about, you're going to want to give yourself probably about 2 inches on that piece of wood right there. See where I'm cutting it? Right there, just so I have enough room. You can make it any size you want. You can make it any size you want, so any size you like. You can make the forks all the way up to here if you wanted. You can make the handle as long as you want, as short as you want it. It's the nice thing about making your own is you can customize them. And they're pretty much free. Actually, they are free. Now that my slingshot is harvested, it can look something like that. They may not be even. You can always just cut off a little bit if you want. It's up to you. And so now this part is completely optional. If you want to do it, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. So now I'm going to take my knife and just debark the whole entire thing. Okay, so now that my slingshot is completely debarked, I'm gonna head back to the house or you can head back wherever you want. It just makes it easier so you can kind of mark it up with a pencil, do whatever you want, make more micro adjustments. And I will see you guys there. So now that you have all the bark off the slingshot, what you can do next is you can mark it up with a pencil. Say you want to add finger grooves, carve yourself finger grooves. Go ahead and like trace out your fingers, draw on it, whatever you want. What I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna draw around the fork. So I'm gonna make like a little notch all the way around, just so I can take out a little bit so the bands they're just more secure on there. Around. So now that I have it marked all the way around, I'm gonna take my knife and just see, show you real quick. Take my knife and just take a little chunk out. Just go one way. You gotta be really careful not to cut your fingers. And just go like this all the way around. And then just cut back towards yourself. And it should be like a little V. And then there should just create like a little notch there. So your band slips in there perfectly. Do that all the way around. And then add whatever other customizations you want. And then it'll be ready for attaching the bands. So now that you've cut your little notches in your slingshot, they should look something like that on both sides. Now, all you're gonna need is a little knife to cut string. Some string, just any ordinary string. It might sound goofy, but I just attach my bands to string. And then your slingshot band. This one right here is a simpleshot 3/4 inch pouch. That's what they advertise it as. So now, you're gonna just line them up, make sure it lines up perfectly. Make sure it should be something like that. That should be facing outside. That little, right where they pinch it, should be facing outside. Then you're gonna wanna pull off a piece of strings. Probably like, always have a bigger piece of string than you think you're gonna need. Because you can always take away string, you can't add string. So something like that, maybe a little shorter, a little longer. Depends on the size of your forks right here. And then you're just gonna attach it like this, overlap it a little bit so you have more string just in case something happens and it slips, you have more forgiveness there. You're just gonna start it here like this. You're just gonna lay your band like this. Hold it with your thumb, grab your string, just wrap 1, 2, make sure, so the reason you made that notch earlier is so your string lays in that notch, it doesn't slip. Just gonna do 3. Now that you're at 3, actually I'm gonna do one more. This time I'm gonna go over my tag and so do something like that. And now you're gonna just do a simple little knot. You can do as many loops as you want. There's really no maximum amount that you could do. You could wrap your whole slingshot in a string if you wanted to. So just tie like 4 simple knots so it doesn't come undone. You can always do more if you want. When doing this, always go more than you think you're going to need, just to be safe. And then just cut your string. Just like that, one side is secure. Now I'm gonna do that on the other side. Now a very important step is before you tie it, you wanna make sure your bands line up. You don't want your band one side to be like this and have your, actually that is how you want it to be, but you don't want it to be, say you have your band like this. You don't want one side to be way more twisted than the other, like that. So make sure your bands are straight. Just like that, make sure they both facing the outside. And then you're just gonna repeat that process one more time, and then you should have a complete slingshot. See you guys when that side's finished. Okay, so now that the bands are rigged up, I'm gonna get to shooting it. So if you see right there, I got a can that I'm gonna shoot. I got there's a little spinner there, and then I got a target way out there somewhere I'll have to zoom into later, and then there's a can over there that I'm gonna be shooting. So let's see if I can hit anything. Okay, so I'm gonna aim for that little red spinner thing right there. See if I can hit it. About probably 20 feet away. See if I can hit it. Just to the right. Smoked it. If you're wondering, if you're curious, I'm using 3/8" steel for my slingshot ammo. Smoked it that time. This thing's pretty fun so far. So now, let's move on to shooting the can. Okay, let's see how many shots it takes to hit the can. Can I get first try? I just smoked that can dead center. Two for two. There we go. Looks like this thing's pretty accurate so far. Let's try on a can a little further away. Okay, now we're moving on to a can that's a little further away. It's all the way right there. Let's zoom into it and see if you guys get a little better. Right there. Let's see how many tries it takes to hit it. That was close. Got it! Finally, after about like 15, 16 shots, I finally hit it. Actually, I'll put a final count of shots up on the screen right now. So it took a couple shots did it. So let's move on to a further target. Okay, got that target set up a little further out there. That one's probably about 40 yards now. It's a lot bigger of a target than a can though. So let's see. Can I get it on my first try? No, I cannot get on my first try. Got it that time. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2. Oh, just barely missed. And that's the final shot I'm going to take today. I'm going to end it on a high note. So, that's it for today's... That's it for shooting the slingshot today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me make and shoot this slingshot right here. So if you guys like that, I would really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button so you could help my channel so more people can see it, and turn on that notification bell so you can see when I release more amazing videos. See you guys next time.